Good afternoon, everybody. We're here in lovely South Holland, where it's always sunny and 70. Today what we're going to do is we're going to take you through an example of space and visibility. Now, space and visibility is what we use to teach our drivers to be defensive drivers. What I want you to understand is that each and every space and visibility is always unique to the driving scene. The word for word will never change, but the examples always do. So let's go ahead and get started. Here at UPS, we practice defensive driving. We use space and visibility. Space is for the vehicle, visibility is for the driver. Today I'm going to explain and demonstrate the 5 Z habits word for word. Rule number 1 is aim high in steering. Imaginary target, baseball dartboard. Center's car in traffic lane, safe path on turn, find a safe path while ahead. In order to aim high in steering, I'm going to use an imaginary target, which is a stationary item 8 to 12 seconds ahead that I will imagine in the center of my travel path. The driver trace straight towards it. Now remember, this is a maintained depth of vision. As I move, my target moves. Right now, my imaginary target is a still red light at the dirty intersection. As I get through the intersection, I'm going to have to select a new imaginary target. Just like throwing a baseball or dart, I'm going to use hand-eye coordination to get my object through the target. In baseball, the target is the catcher's mitt. In dart, it's the bullseye. Center's car in traffic lane. Aiming high in steering will help center car in traffic lane by having equal amounts of space on either side of my vehicle. By using my imaginary target, mirrors individually, and road markings, I'll be able to determine if I am centered. Let me demonstrate this with a drill drive. My idle time is the bank sign. I have greater than 8 seconds following distance. My right mirror is dirty. My idle time is the car dealership sign. I have greater than 8 seconds following distance. My left mirror is dirty. My idle time is the street sign. As you can see, by using my mirrors and the road markings, I can determine if I am centered in my lane. It also allows me to have a safe path on turns. As I approach a turn, I'm going to look far into my turn as far as possible, aiming for my imaginary target, looking for any obstructions or hazards that will prevent me from making my preferred lane-to-lane turn, as I did when I made the right from Van Dam onto 159. Key phrase is find a safe path while ahead. Rule number 2, get the big picture. How wide and deep, what's in it, object and ground, keeps you away from billboard, smooth stops and turns, buys time to stay back and see it all. In order to get the big picture, I need to know how wide and deep my driving scene is. In the city or residential area, it's from house line to house line, business line to business line, 1 block ahead. Rural or interstate are similar. They're from ditch line to ditch line, fence line to fence line, tree line to tree line, or both sides of the highway, half mile ahead. Right now, my driving scene is from the tree line on the left to the businesses on the right, up to the intersection. Objects. Objects are anything that can move freely into my travel path, such as motorists, pedestrians, or animals. Right now, the cars around me are objects. Also, the cars ahead of me are objects. Ground items are stationary. They can't convey information to me, and I must account for them in my driving scene, such as traffic signs, signals, or road markings. Right now, the white line on the ground tells me that I'm in the left turn lane. The green arrow lets me know I can proceed through the left turn. Getting the big picture also keeps me away from billboards. A billboard is anything I cannot see over, under, through, such as a truck or bus. Right now, the tree lines at this forest preserve are billboards because I cannot see if anybody's coming out of the driveways. It also allows me to have smooth stops and turns. By getting the big picture, it would allow me to make smooth stops. I'll be able to see my stop well in advance prior to my decision point and use the correct downshifting and braking techniques so that I can stop smoothly without rebound, as I did on 159 and Torrance. Also, by getting the big picture, it allows me to have smooth turns. By activating my turn signal a minimum of 100 feet and getting the proper lane, gear, and speed, I'll be able to shuffle steer through my turn. This will allow me to keep my vehicle within 3 feet of the curb. I will use my mirror to follow up on my turn and then deactivate my turn signal only when all of my equipment is in the lane that I am occupying, as I did when I made the left-hand turn from 159 down to Torrance. Everything we do in space and visibility buys time. Right now, I have greater than 8 seconds final distance, and it's allowing me to buy time. If anything happens up ahead, I can act upon it. Key phrases: stay back and see it all. Keep your eyes moving. Move eyes front 2 seconds, rear 5 to 8 seconds. Keeps you alive at intersections. Keeps eyes at a car. Scan, don't stare. Here UPS move eyes in a triangular viewing pattern. It's a triangle without a bottom. Move eyes front 2 seconds. Looking for priority items such as eye lead time, following distance, pedestrians, 30 intersections. Then check a mirror every 5 to 8 seconds. Looking for lane position, traffic conditions, and mechanical problems. I substitute a mirror check when traffic allows. With one of my primary gauges, air, oil, or water. Looking for normal readings. When I check a mirror gauge, my next eye movement is back to the front. I never want to go mirror to mirror, mirror to gauge, or gauge to mirror. Let me demonstrate this with a drill driver. My eye lead time is the green sign. I have greater than 8 seconds final distance. My left mirror is clean. My eye lead time is the red building. I have greater than 8 seconds final distance. My right mirror is dirty. My eye lead time is a steel green light through a dirty intersection. I have greater than 8 seconds final distance. My right mirror is dirty. My eye lead time is the bullet up ahead. As you can see, this keeps my eyes ahead of vehicle. This also keeps me alive at intersection. Whenever approaching, turning, going through, or starting up at an intersection, scan ahead. Look left, right, and then back to the left. Scan your driving scene, get in the big picture. Look left, right, first. Looking for any pedestrians, bicyclists, motorcyclists, and vehicles to ensure they are obeying their traffic sign or signal. And looking for any obstructions that may block your visibility. Look left the second time because that's the first lane of traffic I'm going to enter. Prior to entering the intersection, I check my traffic side mirror, looking for traffic in the lane next to my vehicle that may turn in front of me. As I proceed through the intersection, I check my opposite traffic side mirror, ensuring I have cleared the intersection of any hazards, as I did when I went through the last intersection. Scan, don't stare. Leave yourself an out. Have an escape route. Take path of resistance, space on all 4 sides, but always in front. Be prepared to expect the unexpected. An escape route is a travel path, which I can safely take my vehicle to avoid an accident-produced situation. Right now, my escape route is directly in front of me, because I have greater than 8 seconds final distance. The path of least resistance is the smoothest, safest traffic pattern with the least amount of obstructions and hazards. Also, typically being a vehicle that follows the speed limit, the path of least resistance can usually be the right-hand lane. But if the driving scene dictates it, it can be any other lane. And that can be because of hazards, obstructions, or protrusions. Right now, I'm in the right lane, which is my path of least resistance, because I know that I'm going to make a right-hand turn up at Burnham. Space on all 4 sides, but always in the front. I can't always control the space to my sides, and the vehicle to the rear controls that space. But by having the proper following distance, I can always control the space in front of me. Let me demonstrate this with a drill drive. My alley time is a tree line up ahead. I have greater than 8 seconds following distance. My left mirror is clean. I have a dirty intersection up ahead. I have greater than 8 seconds following distance. My right mirror is dirty. My alley time is the street sign. As you can see, I can't control the space to either side of my vehicle, and the vehicle behind me controls that space. But by having the proper following distance, I can always control the space in front of me. Be prepared. Expect the unexpected. Make sure they see you. Communicate traffic, horn, lights, signals. Establish eye-to-eye contact. Don't gamble. Use your horn, lights, and signals. We use 3 tools to communicate in traffic to make ourselves more visible to the motorists and pedestrians. Our horn, lights, and signals. Our horn is our primary tool, usually a tap or loud blast, close enough when necessary. It should be close enough to be heard, yet far enough to take away evasive action. I used my horn on that white truck that was coming out of the dirty intersection. Our lights are used to see and be seen from sunset to sunrise and when visibility is less than 500 feet. And in some states, like Illinois, when our windshield wipers are on. Currently, I'm stopped at a red light, so I have my brake lights on to let the traffic behind me know that I'm stopped at this red light. Our signals are to be activated in a minimum of 100 feet when emerging, turning, pulling from the curb, changing lanes, and they're only to be deactivated when all of our equipment is completely in the lane that we are occupying. As I did when I went from Torrance onto Sibley. As you can see, these 3 tools help us establish eye-to-eye contact. Once I establish eye-to-eye contact, I can expect the other person to act in a reasonable and predictable manner. Just as I did when I was stopped at the red light with my hand valve down, with the brake lights illuminated. Key phrase is don't gamble, use your horn, lights, and signals.